Vegas Pro, video editing software for content creators. Okay, there's a free trial. I'm not a robot. Beep, 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 beep. Let's test out Vegas Pro and see how it compares to Adobe Premiere Pro. Because so far, I've tested all the most popular video editing softwares, and Premiere is by far the best one for me, especially when it comes to editing fast. So let's see what Vegas Pro is capable of. Select the components that you would like to install. Why is this text so low resolution? Vegas Pro and Vegas deep learning models. What are the deep learning models? Is it going to mine Bitcoin in the background? Oh, I just missed 69%. I was waiting for it, but then didn't resume the recording in time. While it's installing, I'm going to record a quick video that I'm going to try to edit in Vegas Pro. And I'll see if it checks all the boxes that I need to be able to edit videos fast. What do I actually need from a video editing software? Boom! I need at least all of this to be able to zoom in and out with keyframes, remove some green screen, add guides. DaVinci Resolve didn't have guides. Professional video editing software. Adjustment layers, switching panels with keyboard shortcuts. I absolutely love this about Premiere. And all the basic stuff that probably any video editing software should have. Like keyboard shortcuts for trimming clips fast. Audio effects like normalization or compressor. This one is more of a personal preference, but I want the playhead to stop playing after I move it to another place. This was insanely annoying in DaVinci Resolve and also a little bit annoying in Final Cut Pro. I want the software to be fast, obviously. I want to be able to change sequence settings like FPS or resolution and easily crop and transform clips. I think these demands are pretty reasonable. Okay, booyah, I've recorded the video that I'm going to be editing in this video. Very interesting. And for some reason, the Vegas Pro thing has been stuck at 98% for quite a long time. So I think I'm just clicking continue. Oh, now it's moving 99%. Why did I have to click continue for that to happen? Send data anonymously to improve Vegas products. No chance. Create a desktop shortcut. I want to see the icon. Install. The installation has completed successfully, but this one still hasn't completed successfully. Please choose a language for this installation. What? Didn't I already do this before? Oh, this is for deep learning models. There we go. Please register in order to activate your trial period. You can now use the trial version for 30 days. Beautiful. It does take a little while to open. I'm assuming it's because it's the first time. Oh, there we are. Okay, there seems to be a lot of stuff here, and immediately the top bar is white. Premiere has this issue as well. Premiere, Vegas. Premiere, Vegas. I can already see similarities. Everything is in dark mode except this white bar up top that's just blazing light into your eyes when you're trying to edit. Why would you do this? Just make it dark mode. Now, while I'm blindly trying to figure out how to use Vegas Pro by poking around everywhere, there's a much more efficient and fun way to learn skills. That's why I partnered with Skillshare for this video. Recently, I've been trying to learn a little bit more of Blender to level up my video production skills, and with classes and learning paths on Skillshare, it's been easy to learn. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives with thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, illustration, design, freelance, productivity, and more. Skillshare can help take your career, skills, hobbies, passions, or side hustles to the next level. For instance, when I first started learning how to use Adobe Photoshop and how to edit videos with Premiere Pro, Skillshare was incredibly helpful because of their learn by doing approach. There are great classes on DaVinci Resolve and Final Cut Pro for beginners as well. In fact, one of my favorite classes is actually from the same creator, and it's about productivity. In it, I learned a bunch of insanely valuable principles that I continue to implement to this day while making videos and growing my YouTube channel. Skillshare is designed by creatives for creatives, and their classes are taught by industry experts. It's an on-demand platform, which means that all classes are split up into modular lessons so members can learn at their own pace and fuel their continuous growth no matter the skill level. Now, I've been also teaching on Skillshare since 2022. I have a class about creating these cool animations with code and another one about using Google Sheets to track your expenses. So if you'd like to check out any of these classes or what Skillshare has to offer, you can do so down below. And the first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Get started today. Okay, back to Vegas Pro. Okay, here we have the new project window, resolution and frame rate. My recording is in 4K at 60 FPS, so I'm going to sabotage myself a little bit and set this to 1080p 30 FPS to see if I can change it later. Oh, advanced settings, flashbanged. Oh, there are many settings here. Even pixel aspect ratio. HDR mode. Premiere struggles with this, especially with videos recorded on iPhones. Audio. I'm going to want to set it to mono. Oh, there's no mono here. Oh, pre-render files folder, app data local Vegas Pro. So this is probably where it's going to store lower quality versions of my video so that it plays back nicer. Okay, and we are in. I can see Explorer here, desktop. So where's the video file? Oh, there it is. And can I drag it here to import it? You want to set your project video settings to match this media. So it's automatically going to make it 4K. And there it is, 4K and 60 FPS. Beautiful. So it's possible to change sequence settings. Actually, before I try to do something, can I now change it to something else? Open the project properties by pressing Alt-Enter or going into File Properties. Alt-Enter. And here I can choose a different one. That is beautiful. So what if I set it to 1080p 30 FPS? Oh, look at that hand cursor. That looks very nice. So what if I move it here? Oh, and it automatically resized my clip so that it fits the frame. That's very nice. And if I change it back to 4K, wait, there's no 60 FPS. There's 59.9. Can I type in 60? Oh, beautiful. And it shows the preview quality. So what I'm seeing here, it's 960 by 540. Whoa, when I'm dragging this, it's weirdly lagging. I'm dragging my mouse left, only left. I'm not doing the jittering, and it's jittering like this. Is that on purpose or is this a bug? Oh, I've set an in and out point accidentally. Alt-X, Control-Shift-X. How do I get rid of it? Insert region. Whoa, 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 stop doing things. Let's undo everything. Oh, why did my audio just become red? Oh, that's because I didn't have it selected. Okay, so I just added this thing that's completely ignored for now. Oh. It's so cool that you can move your timeline like this by grabbing it with a hand tool and dragging instead of shift and scrolling. Oh no, DaVinci Resolve did this as well. It's not zooming into my mouse, but it's zooming into the playhead. So if the playhead is here and my mouse is over there, whenever I try to zoom in, it's actually going to zoom into the playhead. I'm not sure why this is a good idea, or maybe I'm just used to how Premiere does it. In Premiere, if my playhead is here, but I position my mouse here, it will zoom into the mouse, regardless of where the playhead is. And I think this is so much better. Maybe there's a way to change it. Unfortunately, Vegas Pro does not have a built-in feature to zoom into the mouse cursor. Ooh, that is not good. Why would they not make it an optional feature? This is going to take me weeks, if not months, to get used to. Okay, so let's actually come to the beginning. Wow, the dragging behavior is so horrible. Look, I'm going to move my mouse just right. And I'm speeding up, but this thing isn't speeding up. It's just slowly scrubbing by. If you're experiencing laggy playhead scrubbing in Vegas Pro, enable GPU acceleration, go to Options, Preferences, Video tab. Options, Preferences. Oh, there are a bunch of preferences. Surely it's enabled by default. Yes, this is my graphics card, so it's enabled. Lower preview quality, set the preview quality to auto. Adjust dynamic RAM in preview. Dynamic RAM preview max is 5% of my computer RAM. So what if I just give it like 60%? Does it scrub nicer now? No, it's still super laggy. So I think a lot of Vegas users just click on the clip to move the playhead instead of moving it like this, because this feels horrible. It's hard to explain over video, but essentially when I do this, my mouse should be like right here. That's how much I actually move it. In Premiere, if I want to move it like this, there you go, I can do that. But here, oh, encoding overloaded. Consider turning down in video settings. My OBS is freaking out, probably because Vegas Pro is eating up my computer resources. Let's actually check. Oh no, it's actually Premiere Pro. They're pretty much equally consuming the same amount of RAM. So let's close down Premiere. Maybe now it improved. No, this is super bad. Let's do a little bit more Googling about this. Oh, when you enable selection follows playhead in Premiere, where it automatically selects a clip that your playhead is hovering over, that causes a bunch of lag. This is without it enabled, no lag, and this seems like a complicated sequence. Come on, play the before, and this is with it enabled. Look at how laggy that is. Just randomly learn something about Premiere. The way I typically do it is split my large sequence into a bunch of smaller ones and then combine them later at the end. Because for some reason in Premiere, once you cross over a certain threshold of clips in your sequence, it becomes unbearably laggy. And the only thing I found to fix this was to create multiple smaller sequences. Drag the line, not the top playhead. Oh, why is this different? So if I drag this line, there's absolutely no lag. But if I drag this, oh, maybe it's with audio or something? I'm glad it's actually not that laggy, and I just didn't know that I have to drag this line. That probably would have been a deal breaker. Okay, so I think let's jump straight into it. Before I start messing around with all of these tools and looking at different features, let's try to edit the video the way I would normally do it. So the first thing I would do is cut up the audio. If I zoom in here, oh, why is it zooming in there? Oh, when you zoom in, it centers your playhead in the middle of the screen. So if the playhead is here, it's not actually zooming into the playhead and keeping it on the same spot on the screen. It's going to move it to the middle. Look, I zoom in, it slowly goes to the middle, and now it's right there. And if I put it there and zoom out, it also puts it in the middle. Interesting behavior. This is definitely definitely different. I'm not sure if I like this yet. Maybe I can customize it. Unfortunately, Vegas Pro does not have a built-in option to disable centering the playhead when zooming out. I would love for a bunch of video editing softwares that I've tried to let the user enable or disable these features as toggles. If someone wants to zoom in where their mouse cursor is, wait, let's actually check something. Does the playhead stop when I move it to another place while it's playing? I hate when it doesn't stop. Okay, it's playing. Boop. Oh, it doesn't stop. Hold on. It's playing. I move it and stop. What? It moves back here? Oh, here it shows where it started playing from. Wait, it always resets it. Interesting. Oh, what? I'm not actually moving the playhead. I'm moving this thing here. So if it's playing over there, I can click here, which doesn't do anything other than move this thing. And then when I hit space, it actually moves my playhead here. Not sure why would you want this behavior. So it's like having two separate playheads, one for previewing the clip and the other one for doing stuff. Okay, how would I split this clip here? Actually, where are all the keyboard shortcuts? It's under help. Oh, it takes you to an online help page. Never mind. Options, customized keyboard. Oh, it's quite an outdated looking window. In Premiere, it looks like this. Much nicer. Show command containing cut or add edit. Every software calls it different. The keyboard shortcut for splitting clips in Vegas Pro is the S key. No way. That's what I use in Premiere. Wait, it's actually the S key? It is. So if I press play and click S, probably it's going to add a cut right here where this line is. No, it actually adds a cut where the playhead is. So I do have to stop it from playing to add a cut. But when I stop it, it teleports back here. Very interesting. What's a trimmer? Seems to be empty. I'm not sure what I'm doing. There's transitions, media generator, video effects. Okay, let's focus on the audio. The actual waveform is super small there. So I want to somehow increase it. Can I right click? Audio event effects. Tempo detection. Ooh, there's beat detection. Open in audio editor. There is no audio editor specified in preferences. So wait, would it just open another program? Open in trimmer. Oh, now it opens. What is the trimmer? I seem to be scrolling through my entire clip here. Or if I click and drag, add to timeline from cursor. Oh, okay. So this is like media selection. Very interesting. How do I adjust the gain of this audio? Normalize audio. Right click on the audio clip, select switches normalize. Right click, switches normalize. Boom. Beautiful. I want to also figure out whether these yellow things, because I keep adding them, but I'm not sure how to remove them. Loop region. Oh, it's going to loop playback across this entire thing? Nope. Wait, I found something. Let's ignore the yellow things. Instead of using the spacebar to stop playback, press the enter key. This may prevent the playhead from jumping back. So if I don't want it, I can click enter. Unfortunately, enter is on the wrong side of the keyboard because I like to have all my keyboard shortcuts on the left side so that I don't have to move my mouse hand over to the keyboard to press it because it wastes a lot of time. But I can actually do that. So there is an option. Okay. You can set up custom keyboard shortcuts for more precise timeline navigation and playback control. So maybe I can set it to a different keyboard shortcut. For example, space. Do Q and W keys exist? Q enables loop playback. In Premiere, if I click Q, it's going to delete everything that's to the left of my playhead and move everything that's to the right into its place. So Q, you'll notice that this entire section got deleted and then this moved into its place. And the W key does the opposite. It cuts off the ending. So if there were a cut here and I wanted to delete this part and move everything that's to the right into its place, I can click here and do W and it's gone. So I wonder if that exists in Vegas Pro as well. It can be done using the trim start and trim end commands. Trim start, press Alt and open left bracket. So if it's here and I press Alt right bracket, whoops, Alt left bracket, it just removed the end, but it didn't move everything else to the left. I have to get my mouse exactly on this thing here, which kind of is a problem because half of the time I'm just going to grab the clip and accidentally move the clip. I have to be exactly on this line in order to move the playhead. In Premiere, I can just click anywhere here and it moves it, but having it here over the clip makes it so I risk grabbing the clip instead. Can I move it from here maybe? Ooh, but it's so black, I can't even see it. So S to split. Wait, why doesn't it split? Now it splits. And so now Alt bracket. Oh, it just cuts it out, but it doesn't close this gap. That's horrible. Ensure ripple editing is enabled if you want subsequent clips to adjust automatically. Auto ripple, Control L. So I select this. Oh, now this is red. Oh, that's why I can't split. If I have this selected and press S, it doesn't do anything. I have to release, then cut, and then pick it back up and move it somewhere else. That's just a time waster. Here I can hold it and click S as many times as I want, and it splits the clip under the playhead. Okay, this is really not good. Over hundreds of hours of editing, this would cause so much problems and waste a bunch of time. So now if I want to delete this, it automatically ripple deletes. Okay, but the playhead behavior is insanely weird. Okay, so let's actually come here and try to cut up this audio. Oh wow, the zooming in is really just something that I'm not used to. Can I make it select the clip that's under my playhead? Because I have to click an extra time to select the clip and then one more time to split. That's an extra unnecessary click. If working with multiple tracks, enable targeting for specific video and audio layers. This ensures that pressing a keyboard shortcut like D selects all clips under the playhead on target tracks. So is there no way to make it select automatically? And is the keyboard shortcut D? Oh, that cycles between 3 tools. What are these tools actually? Envelope edit tool. Used to add, delete, select, or move envelope points without moving events. Many words there. Selection tool and the zoom tool. So presumably drag left. Oh no, it's a selection. Oh, you can zoom in a lot into the audio. Okay, this is not enabled by default in Premiere. A little quick tip here. If you want to zoom in more into your audio in Premiere, you can come here to this hamburger menu and click show audio time units. Now you can zoom in a lot more. Look at how tiny that audio wave is. Speaking of tips, if you want to learn how to edit videos in Premiere, actually how to make videos for YouTube that people actually want to watch, check out my YouTube course, the 1 Hour YouTuber. I'll leave a link below. One useful thing that I always do is remap my delete key to the F key because delete is on the other side of the keyboard. So I don't have to let go of my mouse and move my hand to the keyboard to hit delete. Delete? Wait, which one is it? So how do I set a keyboard shortcut? Do I double click? Wait, it's here on the right side. So delete, click on this, F and add, and click on this and remove. Oh, never mind. Wow, this is not the most intuitive interface. So now I want to remove the F key from all of these ones, from the trimmer and mixing console, or maybe not. So F, does it delete? Ooh, yes, it does. Okay, wait, why does it say Vegas there? Is it in my video? Is that a watermark? What if I move somewhere else in the video? Yes, there's Vegas here. What is it doing there? Or is it just telling me that this is a low quality preview? But it's already telling me that here, so why would I need to know on the video itself? It's nice that I can zoom in with my mouse scroll wheel and move by clicking the scroll wheel. Wait, how do I fit it to the screen? Bypass zoom? Oh, there it is. Control Alt Shift B. Good to know. Anyway, let's continue editing. Use the shortcut Control Shift D to trim everything after the playhead. So if I want to trim off this end, Control Shift D. Oh, that just added a blue border around my video. Control Z. That doesn't undo it. Control Shift D. Interesting. Oh, when I make my timeline larger, it actually makes the tracks larger as well. Oh, this is my actual timeline now. How do I make the tracks smaller? Oh, or I can drag here on the left and they become larger. Okay. Wow, the timeline navigation, it's really screwing with my brain. My muscle memory tells me to pick this up and move it. That's impossible. And it also tells me that when I press space, the playhead will stop there, but it actually goes back. On top of that, zooming in and out centers everything on the screen, so I constantly lose track of where everything is. Maybe that's just a matter of getting used to. Oh, that's why I've been struggling. When I click here, I have to let go of my mouse so it teleports here, and only then I can pick it up and drag. If I click and drag, it starts selecting. So it's another extra mouse click. I have to teleport the playhead here, click on it, and then move it, because if I just do click and drag, it doesn't actually move it here. And if I click and drag here, it moves the actual clip. Because if you bought a high refresh rate monitor, Windows will... This makes no sense. You can cut and ripple by make sure ripple is enabled, and make sure to select the appropriate ripple mode via the drop-down menu. Wait, what are the different ripple modes? So I only have one track. I'll just select everything and Alt open bracket. Oh, it works. Okay, let's remap it to Q and W keys. I should probably not be changing a bunch of keyboard shortcuts when trying out a completely new software that I'm trying to get used to. I'm changing it anyway. Let's look for trim start. There we go, trim end. So let's replace this with W. I'm happy to see that Vegas Pro has a bunch of keyboard shortcuts that seem useful. Let's see if W works. W? Oh, it does. Beautiful. Oh, and these duplicate. Okay, so this is the original shortcut. It leaves it in place, but it just adds another one. So now Q should do this, and also Alt open bracket should also do it. Ooh, so that's nice. I can now quickly trim up this audio. Well, not as quickly as in Premiere. Oh, it doesn't split when I'm holding the playhead. Yes, of course. I wasn't realizing what's making me angry this whole time. See, here I made a mistake, even the mouse cursor. You should start... So I want to cut out this part, but if the playhead jumps back, then I'm not really sure where to cut. Even the mouse cursor. Boom. This is where I want to cut. Now I just have to try to guess. That's why I don't like this behavior. Whew, okay, the audio has been completed. I just need to move this clip to the beginning. Whoa, what is happening? Oh yeah, what do these do? Is this the loudness level? Yes, it is. Okay, and what is this? Is this opacity maybe? Oh yes, it is. So I can set how visible my clip is. That is nice. So select, then pick up and drag. Yes. And there's snapping enabled, so it snaps nicely together. Beautiful. Okay, so far it's only the playhead navigation. That's not optimal. So the next thing I typically do when I have the audio tightly cut like this is add a bunch of zoom ins into my videos, because look at how tiny the video is. Some people watch it on their phones, so it's hard to see. And it also makes the video a lot more engaging. So normally in Premiere, I would select all of these clips and nest them together to make it one single clip. That way I can add a bunch of keyframes and zoom in and out. Let's see if we can nest clips in Vegas Pro. Forgot the software name for a second. Oh, how do I select only the video? Is it Control Shift? Oh, it's Shift. Or is it? I'm not sure. Right click. Create subclip. Sounds pretty close to nest. I don't think that's what happened. Select the events you want for your nested timeline. I'm pretty sure that events are just clips inside of Vegas Pro. Click the Create Nested Timeline button on the timeline toolbar. Ooh, the toolbar. Lock event. Prevents the selected events from moving along the timeline. Oh wait, so I can lock just one thing? Yeah. Yes. Ooh, I'm pretty sure this doesn't exist in Premiere. I can only lock the entire track, not individual clips. That's interesting. Automatic crossfades, Control Shift X. Let's try to add those to my audio. Control Shift X. Are they on there? Oh, yes, they are. Right over here. It fades out the end of one audio clip and fades in the other one, which is exactly what I want. Alt C. It should be Alt C. Alt C. Oh, it's asking me to save it as a new file. Oh, it's rendering. So is it now on my desktop? Yes, it is here. So this is now my nested timeline, I think. Where's the one that's not nested? What even is this? Okay, what if I double click on this one? Oh, it added it here. Wait, what is happening? Why are there two timelines? Did it just insert this one into the nested one? Let's delete. I am confused. Okay, so what if I close Vegas Pro? Oh, look at all of the files here. And then what if I open my original one, which is this one? Yes or no? Start trial version. How fast does it open? Okay. Faster than Premiere. Warning, an error occurred while loading the project file yes or no .vegas. Item not found. Details? A nested project source media file was not found in desktop. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, what just happened? And now it's one clip. Okay, so can I double click inside of here to go into the nested sequence? No, it just creates a new file, completely new thing. So now if I want, how can I extract what's inside of there? Or is it just one clip forever now, as if I rendered it out? This is the one that's supposed to have all of my separate clips. So double click, but it now adds it as one entire thing. What is going on? So what if I open that one, the yes or no untitled timeline? Oh, now it has separate clips. Interesting. So do I have to have both of them open somehow? Add to project media, open project, item was not found. Okay, say now I decide to delete these three here, save it, and then open this one. Does it become shorter? Wait, I don't know. Did it become shorter? How do I see how long this is? Oh, 47 seconds. And this one is 31 seconds. So no, it didn't update in my original one. And now I can't undo. Big mistake. So I'm not sure how nested sequences work in this software. Maybe it's because of this error it's not updating. So wait, let's open the nested project. Then let's nest 5 of these clips. Oh, create a nested timeline. It wasn't here before when I tried to do it. An error occurred while loading the project. What is going on? So I can't switch between my nested sequences like here in the timeline. I have to open a separate project. In Premiere, if I nest some clips, I can just double click here and it opens what's inside. And I can switch to my original sequence here. And if I want to go into my nested sequence over here. So if I delete these 2 clips, close the nested sequence, you can see that now there's nothing here inside of this clip because there's nothing here inside of it. And I can undo however many times I want. It just adds the nested sequence here in my project panel, but it doesn't actually create a new separate Premiere file. And the typical project that I work on usually has around probably 200 nested sequences. So that would be 200 extra files like this, each with their own set of baby files that it creates. Or I just didn't get how it works. So now how do I get back to my original clip positioning? Switch between parent and nested timelines. Click Open Parent Timeline button in the timeline toolbar. Is this it? Open nested timeline. Yes, but it's different. This one is 29 seconds. And then if I open the parent, this one is 47 seconds. Maybe this shows the time where my playhead is. Oh, yes, it does. So if I move it to the end here, then go to nested sequence, it's 29 seconds here and it's 47 here. So they're not even the same. And it keeps giving me these errors here. Changes you make in the nested timeline will automatically be reflected in the nested timeline event on the parent timeline. Yes, that's how it should work. Is there an autosave here or a history thing where I can restore everything? Oh wait, detect scenes and split. No way that works. Yeah, it didn't work. Okay, I can still work with this without having the separate clips because it's just easy to add those cuts. But I still want to know how nested sequences work. Now there are a bunch of errors everywhere and this is a nested sequence. I'm afraid that it's going to randomly update to what's inside of it to this shorter sequence. Or maybe my original one isn't positioned at 0, 0. They may be the same length. So here it's 3819 and inside of the nest it's 29. Never mind. What if I save this one and then go back? Warning, an error occurred while creating something, item not found. I am beyond confused right now. Why does it need to render them and what is going on? So what if I just try to export this as a separate file and ignore that anything ever happened with nested sequences? Because I'm afraid this will turn into that nested sequence that doesn't have a bunch of these clips and it's going to screw everything over. File, render as, render options. So how can I insert a custom resolution? If I select this, customize template, beautiful. And so is there a one button click that would match what's in my sequence to what it's going to export as? Probably not. Let's do that manually. Oh, you can see a bunch more things. Premiere just shows you the progress bar and occasionally crashes. Okay, I like this. Oh, and it's showing there what part it's rendering. And there's the video. Wait, there's something wrong with this video. Something did happen to the original, for sure. Over here, I say send this to your friend if they bought a new monitor. Send this to your friend if they just bought a new monitor. And at the beginning, I say the same thing. Send this to your friend if they just bought a new monitor. So I did something that duplicated the clip over here, probably inside of the nested sequence. But this looks even worse. What is even this? You'll notice how smooth it becomes right away. Wait, what? This is also entirely different. So I think instead of trying to recover this, I'm just going to yeet all of this into the trash and re-edit the video again. Oh, 69 items. Carefully planned and scripted. Now, there's one thing I want to do over here, and it's to extend this clip and move all of the other clips to the right. I can do this pretty easily in Premiere. If I want to extend this clip, but make sure that it doesn't cut into this clip, I can hold Control and then just extend it, and it moves that other clip to the right. I'm sure I can definitely do this here as well. Just need to figure out how. Split trim. Maybe this is it. Oh, it splits here and then lets me trim one of the clips, and then when I release, it ripple deletes. Wait, I was doing this completely the wrong way. If I duplicate this, can I Alt drag to duplicate? Let's just Control C, Control V. So now if the audio is playing, I can just click here and do this. Oh, but now I can't move the playhead anywhere. I have to switch back to the normal edit tool. Okay, maybe not, but there's definitely potential here. So if I want to extend the end of this clip, I have to move the left side to extend it on the right. What? So what if my clip is super long? For example, here, if I zoom in a lot, then to extend it right here, I would have to scroll back to the beginning and then hold Alt and extend it like this. I would have thought you would want to do that on the ending itself. Nevertheless, let's now copy all of this, paste it in as backup. Oh, forgot to save this actually. Main thing. And let's try to nest all of this. Create a nested timeline. Yes. Okay, it does a bunch of stuff. Now I can go back with this button here. Oh, I'm not sure why it glued everything together, but this seems to be a nested sequence. So now if I go inside of it and delete half of these clips and then go back, and so this clip didn't become shorter. What? Oh. So if you delete something inside of a nested sequence, and if the original clip is longer, it just plays it back again, whatever's inside the nested sequence. So essentially, I should be able to just drag this out forever, and it loops everything. So that's what was happening before. Okay. And so probably this little blip here is an indication where it ends. If I cut it here and move everything to the right, now this thing is 17 seconds long, and if I go inside of it, it should be also 17 seconds long. Ooh, it is. I'm very happy it shows where it starts looping though, because if it didn't, that would have been bad. So there we have the nested sequence. Let's delete it and also delete it from the desktop. Now, which of these files can I even delete? All of them? It's open in Vegas Pro. Try again. Oh, just got a random ad. Save and upgrade now to Vegas Pro 365. Free trials are cool. Full subscriptions are cooler. What is this? Well, this just makes it seem like a scam. Let's open it again. The following file could not be found in the specified location. Ignore all missing files and leave them offline. Okay, so where do I see what's imported into my actual file? Is it project media? Oh yeah, so if I just delete it from here, then maybe just delete. Boom, now it's gone. So what I saw before was Explorer, and project media is actually what's inside my project. So it doesn't seem like Vegas Pro has such a thing as multiple sequences in the same project. It just creates multiple projects for each video that you're working on. In Premiere, you can have multiple sequences, so I can work on 5 different videos inside of the same project. Interesting. In the beginning here, I want a nice subtle zoom in as I'm talking. So how would I do that? I don't see any place to add keyframes or an effects panel. Oh, video output effects. Applies video effects to all video events in your project. Oh, there are a bunch of effects here. Linear blur, lens flare, levels. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh, I just applied something, I think. This seems to be working pretty fast. Either way, how do I now remove this? Do I uncheck? Wait, let's change something to see if it unchecks. Oh, so maybe select and delete, or right click and delete. Interesting. What is this? 2 columns, 3 columns. Just increases the size of the window. So where do I see all of the effects that are on the clip? Maybe here. This opens the same thing. Okay. Oh, that's a different panel. Video event effects. Here are a bunch of coordinates, and down here it seems like these are keyframes. Oh, this is like a completely separate window that lets me add keyframes. Why is it not a part of the same interface? So say now I want to slightly zoom into the middle here. I will position my playhead here, add a keyframe, probably this one. It adds a keyframe on position, but I also want zoom as well. But how do I also add a keyframe for zoom, not just position? Oh, I can't seem to drag the number to increase it. Just these little arrows here that I can click. Look at how thick they are, and nothing seems to be changing. Oh, I can actually grab the screen. It's just grabbing the F logo, and something else is happening. Ooh, so is this what I'm actually seeing in the video? If I put this over my mouse cursor, it just slightly moves the screen, but it doesn't actually zoom in. It does zoom in, but less. Oh, zoom percentage. Wait, this is just the workspace. So rotating this rotates my actual video in there, but just a little less for some reason. Now I put it upside down, but this rotated by like 30, maybe 40 degrees. To rotate it more than 360 degrees, I have to spin this circle a bunch of times. How do I reset all of the effects? What if I close this? I'm not sure if this is how I'm supposed to be doing it, but that's a very weird panel. Oh, you can freeze frame at cursor. That's very useful. There seem to be a bunch of features in this program, but everything has weird usability issues. Why are there things opening up as separate windows instead of in the main program? At least I hope there's a keyboard shortcut to open this panel and I don't have to click effects every time. Oh wait, it's not even showing the same thing. Wait a minute, if I move my playhead here, will it still show the first frame of this clip? It does. So how do I reset this? Oh, I just clicked on pan and crop and it reset. No, it didn't reset. Maybe I just delete the keyframe. Oh, it's gone. Good. But what if I want to reset some of these values to the default ones? What if I set this to 25 something? And now I don't want to reset everything by deleting this keyframe. I want to just reset the height. There's a slider. Double click the slider. Oh, you double click the slider. One thing I really like about Premiere, and you can do this in most Adobe programs, you just hover over the number and drag, and it increases, and drag left and it decreases. That's beautiful. And this arrow, of course, resets back to default. Let's make this bigger and actually try to zoom in. There's no way the process of simply zooming in is that difficult here, right? Why do I do it with this F thing instead of actually moving my video? I guess to be able to see where I am. Why would I want to see that? Can I play the video from here? No. So, okay, let's see where I want to start zooming in. Just got yourself a new fancy... Oh, it's already zooming in. Right here, when I say fancy. So I have to click this effects button, or this one, then add a keyframe here. Oh, when I click, it also moves my playhead. Interesting behavior. Wait, it's really horrible behavior. Because if I want to have multiple zoom-ins on the same nested sequence, that's just gonna be impossible. Wait, whoops, just a billion windows opened. So I add a keyframe here, then move 5 frames to the right. Can I do it with my arrow keys? 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add another keyframe. Oh, that doesn't work. Move this over. Oh, see, that's the problem with the jumping playhead. I position it where I want the keyframe to be, but then as soon as I pick up the keyframe and try to move it there, the playhead just decides to, psych, you now don't know where to put me. So now I move to this keyframe, select it, and now say I want to slightly zoom in. So I make this smaller and put it in the middle, or I enable this so it centers. Okay, how does this actually look like? If you just got yourself a new fancy gaming monitor, make sure that's what I had to do to add a simple zoom in. That is bad. In Premiere, I select the clip. If I have some other panel selected, I toggle the panel with the keyboard shortcut, add scale and position keyframes, move 10 frames to the right, and just zoom in like this. Boom. Easy as that. It still could be a lot faster. Please add keyboard shortcuts to automatically add keyframes for both position and scale at the same time. That would be amazing, because now you have to do it manually by clicking these buttons here. But that's 10,000 times faster than what you have to do in Vegas Pro. And if I want to move it, I just pick it up and move it somewhere else. Not a single software that I've tried, Final Cut Pro, DaVinci Resolve, or CapCut, or Vegas Pro, allows me to do it this fast. So let's hope there's another way than through this effects panel. Actually, let's do a little bit of Googling. Yeah, so it seems like you actually do it with this F letter, and there doesn't seem to be a way to set the zoom amount by typing in a number like here, width and height. You just have to, I guess the zoom by looking at the letter F and this rectangle. And since I can't really preview my video from here, this is just keyframes, I can't press play. Every time I want to adjust the timing of these keyframes, I will have to go out here, find that place in the sequence, because this playhead here is not the same one that's here. These are two separate ones. So if I position this one here, this one actually just stays at the beginning, doesn't even care. In Premiere, if I move this here and go into the effect controls panel, you'll notice that both playheads move. So whatever is selected here is the exact same spot as here, which means that when I'm adding keyframes, I can very easily adjust the timing of this clip here, where I can zoom in a lot and I see the audio waveform, and then over here I can zoom in and drag these keyframes to the playhead. And since they're the same, the keyframes will start exactly here. This causes a problem when you want to adjust keyframes, because say I want to put them right over here, how do I know where over here is inside of this panel? I will have to look for it with this playhead without having any idea where this is. The only way I can tell when the timing is good to do a zoom in is by looking at the audio waveform, which is nowhere to be found here. Oh, I said I was going to make this entire video here. I'm starting to regret that decision. Doing the zoom ins will require some persistence. Sync cursor. There was a setting here that syncs the playhead. So if I move it here, you can see that it moves on the timeline as well. That makes much more sense. Now it's going to be a lot easier, I feel like, because here I can find a place where I want to add a keyframe and then go into effects, and this playhead will already be in the same spot. Beautiful. So let me do the zoom ins for this entire video. Okay, I added a cut here, and now I want to reset keyframes so that this isn't zoomed in. The way I would do that in Premiere, if I add a cut here and I want to reset these, I would have to click here to disable keyframes essentially, and then these two arrows would reset the zoom amount back to default. Maybe I just click on this. Did it reset? Clicking here does nothing, it seems like. What is this? Delete keyframe. I don't want to delete anything. Do I right click and remove keyframes somehow? Will I have to drag this back out? Doesn't let me drag anything. Do I have some setting that locks everything? But this doesn't seem to be it. To reset all keyframes on a clip in Vegas Pro, select the clip, go to the effect controls, right click on one of the keyframes and select all, then press delete to remove all the keyframes at once. Select the clip, go to effect controls, right click on keyframes, doesn't seem to have select all. Restore, nothing happened. Center, flip horizontal. Why is nothing at all happening? Maybe let's close the program. Surely that's not going to fix it. Try to resize. Oh, really? Was that just a bug? So if I right click and restore, it restores the original position, and then I can select these keyframes, or only this one for some reason. Delete? Nope, doesn't delete. Let's pretend nothing happened. So now does this jump back out? Fancy gaming monitor. Make sure that before... Okay, that's good. I mean, right click and reset isn't as bad as in Premiere because you have to click on both of these icons here. So this, then you would have to click OK or just enter, this, enter, and then these arrows to reset. So this might even be faster, just right clicking and reset. I would love if there was an easier way to reset all the keyframes on a clip in Premiere. I'm going to remap space to control enter so that my playhead doesn't teleport back when I press space. That's just so bad. I don't know why would that be useful. So it's called pause, continue, enter. Wait, what is this? Cursor to center, backslash. What if I press backslash? No clue what that does. Why does control backspace not work? When you press control backspace, it deletes an entire word. So instead of doing it one at a time, I usually do control backspace, but here it just inserts a bunch of rectangles. Premiere has this issue as well. There's now a button at the bottom of the preview screen that changes clicking the space bar to pause rather than stop. This option was in preferences on previous versions. Oh, there's a toggle. Boom. I start playback. I pause. Yes. I'm liking this more and more. Let's continue with the zoom-ins. Oh, Vegas Pro has stopped working. Well, great. Do not send. Will it automatically recover what I just did? No, it will not. Good to know. So Control S will have to ingrain itself into my muscle memory every time I make a change. Not like it's that different in Premiere, but Premiere has autosave. I hope Vegas Pro also has autosave. Is there a keyboard shortcut to open this panel? Event, pan, and crop. Tools, video, event, pan, and crop. Okay, Shift X. To customize Explorer, you must use Control or Alt. Okay, Alt X. And so Alt X doesn't do anything. There's Explorer and Global. Maybe I set it on Global. Alt X. Yes, that's very useful. I don't want to click this little tiny button every time I want to open this panel. Cool, cool, cool. Making progress. Does Control W close it? No. What if I do Alt F4? Oh, that just closes the entire project. So how do I close this panel here without clicking on the X every single time? Hold Control to dock window. Wait, it can go inside of the program. Make it bigger. Zoom out a little bit. Now that's progress, ladies in Mental Gen. Okay, right now at this moment, I need guides. Essentially, when I want to zoom into something, ideally, if that thing is already visible on the screen, so for example, now I want to zoom in into advanced display, I would want that thing to not change its position on the screen. So before the zoom in, it's right here where these blue lines are. And after the zoom in, I don't want to position it there or there. I want to position it in the exact same place because that makes it much easier to watch the video. Look at this now. It's going to zoom into advanced display, and since it stayed on the same place on the screen where you were already about to look, that makes it so you don't have to look for where to look. You were already looking in the same place. But if I were to do it like this, so move the advanced display somewhere there in the corner, now you know that you want to look here because in the video I'm talking about clicking on advanced display, and my mouse cursor also moves here, so your eyes are over here, and look what happens when I zoom in weirdly. You're now looking here and nothing is happening here. So that's why I need guides. So I know where you're looking before I start zooming in, so that after the zoom in, I can position that thing in the exact same place. Your eye muscles don't even have to do any work. I wonder if these exist here. So they probably should exist in this panel because this is where I am zooming in. I see something that's similar here. Displays graphical overlays in the video preview and trimmer windows to help you perform visual alignment. Oh, can I change these? There's a grid, so it doesn't seem like I can control this grid. Like here I can place these wherever I want. Ideally, I would love to be able to control both of them at the same time because now I have to drag one and then the other. When I was trying Final Cut Pro, I installed some sort of a plugin that let me do this, and that's a massive time saver, just having a dot here that connects both guides. That would be amazing. But I think I can still work with this grid here. It's not as versatile as guides. There's a grid in the program window, not exactly a ruler and can't be adjusted, but it's a good guide. Not the best guide. You can always add another track above your text layers, add in a transparent background, fill a line with dashes or underscores, and slide it up and down with pan crop. Not elegant, but effective. Oh, so it doesn't actually exist. Okay, let's try working with the grid. Oh, Vegas Pro has stopped working. This is now happening a little too frequently, which is scary. Premiere definitely doesn't crash as much. Probably like once or twice a project. Oh, and it also reset my keyboard shortcuts? Really? Wait, if I quit Vegas Pro, all of these get reset? There's no way. Quit. Open. Okay, it leaves the settings on. It would be much easier if this grid was not here, but it was here. So advanced display is above this line here. And when I move it, okay, it needs to move a little to the right. So move this F here to the left. Okay. Previous keyframe, control left. Wait, does Premiere have previous and next keyframe keyboard shortcuts? I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Did I not know such a thing exists? Go to your keyboard shortcuts and search for go to next keyframe. Go to next marker, edit point on any track. Doesn't seem to exist. If this exists in Premiere, I would like to find out about it. So next keyframe is control right in Vegas Pro and previous is control left. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Okay, so that makes it easy to check with the guides whether I'm zooming into the correct spot. Now choose a refresh rate is in this rectangle here. So I go control right. Oh, and it moved up a little bit. So now I can move this up like so. Oh, wait, it adds these cross dissolves automatically. If I add a cut, boom, it's already there. That is great. How did I toggle this on before? It was some automatic setting here, but now once I have it enabled and I split the clip, it automatically fades it out. That's really useful. How do I remove this cut that I added here? If I add a cut, can I not get rid of it? Event heal is really good as suggested by Walter White, but there are other ways. There should be event heal here. Oh, so I have to select both clips and event heal. In Premiere, if there are a bunch of cuts, I can just select a cut and delete, and it removes it if the clip was continuous. Okay. It's so annoying not being able to start the playback of the video when this panel is selected, the one with the F key. I have to click on the timeline and then click space to preview what I did. I feel like I'm slowly getting the hang of how this works. There are some things I don't like. The first one is resetting keyframes. If you want to reset them, you have to delete the first keyframe and then replace it with a full frame keyframe. So that requires a bunch of mouse clicks and stuff. For example, if I want to reset keyframes from this, I'd have to Alt X to toggle this window for this specific clip. Then say it was zoomed in right here and I want to reset it back. I have to right click, restore, then select this first keyframe, then delete it and move this one to the beginning. That's how I reset the position and scale, which is not the fastest way of doing it. Oh, wait, I could go to the beginning, select this and then restore. Okay, that is faster. Maybe I don't even need to go there. Maybe I can right click and restore. No, but nevertheless, here's how the video looks like. Set it to 60 Hertz. And you might not even realize this if you've been playing it. Bravo, going dark. Why is the audio meter there? I have a suspicion that we just crashed. That mouse cursor is not a good sign. And not responding. So Vegas does have a crashing problem, that's for sure. And I wasn't really doing anything intensive, just playing back the video, which is 960 by 540. So that's very low resolution. I just went to make a cup of coffee and it doesn't seem to be recovering. Premiere Pro usually recovers from this kind of stress, but Vegas seems to go into a downward spiral, which is not ideal. I really hope there is autosave for this program. Microsoft Windows. Oh, the application is not responding. The program may respond again if you wait. What are the odds it actually responds? Probably the same as winning the lottery. So let's close the program. Please don't lose all my progress. I'm going to flip if that happens. Do a backflip, I meant. It lost the progress. There's no way I didn't save it. So I guess let's redo everything, or everything from up until here. Oh, I've been recreating the zoom-ins, redoing everything, and it crashed again. You have to be kidding me. I thought it was maybe because I had Premiere open before, but now I have just Vegas, OBS, and a notepad. This is really bad. Maybe because the sequence is 4K, but why? Why would it crash? And the worst part is, it doesn't uncrash. It's just not responding for eternity. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to be finishing this video even. I'm just over it. This is just horrible. And if I open it again, it resets everything further back. It doesn't matter if I save it or not. It just resets it anyway. Zoom in and out with keyframes. That's done. Remove green screen. Ooh, haven't done this yet. Let's find a little video with a green screen. Actually, I think I already have it. There we go. I have this cat with a green screen. So let's drag it in. Beautiful. Look at this cat enjoying itself. Apply chroma keyer. Go to video effects panel, search for chroma keyer and drag it onto the video clip. Okay, effects panel is this one. Chroma. Wait, how do I search this? Is there no search functionality in this menu? Go to video effects. Oh, this is video event effects. Video event effects, explore transitions. Ooh, there's a way to preview transitions by hovering over them, just like in DaVinci Resolve. I like this a lot. Premiere doesn't have this feature. Anyway, let's not get sidetracked. Green screen. Oh, it should be inside of all plugins and then chroma key'r. Do I click this one to add another one? Chroma key'r, there it is. But if I type something here, maybe /chroma, no, so aren't effects searchable because this video has search plugins over there. And for me, this window doesn't have a search bar. Either way, let's double click or maybe drag it onto the cat video. That doesn't work. Okay. Oh, now chroma key'r appears over here. That is interesting. So here I have pan and crop if I want to zoom in or out. And here I have chroma key'r, so effects stack horizontally. Here I can choose the color. And it's gone. Beautiful. These seem like pretty good settings for configuring the green screen. So I'm going to knock it off the list. Guides. We already did guides. Well, it was a grid, but still. Adjustment layers. Do they exist in Vegas Pro? Essentially, an adjustment layer is just an empty layer on top of something else. And when you add effects to this layer, for example, if I add some blur, everything that's underneath this layer becomes blurry. So if I disable it, this video isn't actually blurry. It just affects everything that's underneath. Why would that be useful? Is if I have multiple videos that I want to make blurry at the same time, I can just slap an adjustment layer on top and I'm good to go. Create a new video track, right click on the timeline and select insert video track. Okay, right click, insert video track or Control-Shift-Q. Of course, we do it with the keyboard shortcut. Boop, 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 boop. How do I remove tracks? Delete track. There you go. Apply effects to the track. Oh, so it's not an adjustment layer. It's an entire track that has effects. Track effects. What if I do something like deform? Why is this panel white? Just randomly. And what if I do some deformation? Nothing seems to be happening. Enable composite mode. Drag the composite tab in the track effects window to the beginning of the effect chain. So like this. Oh, now my video is transformed. But now everything in my sequence is transformed. What if I want to transform only these two clips? Method 2, using adjustment events. Right click on the timeline and select insert adjustment event. Wait, now I want to remove this here. Do I just delete deform or deselect it? Insert adjustment event. Ooh, so this must be an adjustment layer. Okay. Now if I position this across both of these clips, what was that? Something weird is happening. It's probably because I have the ripple trim selected. So now let's click this one to add effects and let's add some rays. Why is it white again? Just perfectly matches everything. Ooh, and there are already rays on my video. I can change their position, but either way, this is on the adjustment layer. If I move the adjustment layer away, now the clips underneath don't have these rays. So that is beautiful. Switch panels with keyboard shortcuts. Ooh, I can already toggle the effects panel with Alt-X, and that's mostly all that I need. Maybe this panel would also be useful, the video event effects, but I'm going to say that it's possible to do that. The basic stuff. Keyboard shortcuts for trimming clips, they exist. Audio normalization exists. Compressor. Ooh. So probably I can set effects for this entire track as well. This is like the audio track mixer in Premiere, where essentially you can do something across the entire track, not just for individual clips. That's useful. Track effects. Oh, another panel to deal with. There's track EQ. Okay. Are there presets? Okay, there are some presets. So let's boost the high frequencies, see how that sounds. Make sure to come here and select the not too good. Does double click reset? Oh, it disables the point entirely. So why is it so inconsistent with light and dark mode? Half of this program is just blazing light into my eyes and half of it is actual dark mode. Track compressor. There we go. Presets. 2:1 compression starting at -18 decibels. That sounds like a decent preset. Inside of choose a refresh rate, make sure you have the highest one selected. Boom. I have to say that was pretty easy to do. I wanted the playhead to stop playing after I move it. That didn't happen. The program needs to be fast. I think Premiere is faster. Well, if you consider the constant crashing, then Premiere is definitely faster because Vegas Pro just randomly resets you back 30 minutes. So I'm going to say this didn't happen as well. Was I able to change sequence settings? Yes. Crop, transform. I haven't tried cropping yet, but probably it's here. Ooh, there are different tools that appeared. There's the pen tool, the rectangle tool. Okay, let's just draw a mask and boom, great production quality. And I can create keyframes for the mask. So what if I create another mask here? What happens in between these two keyframes? It just appears over there. So I probably have to move these points and now it's going to change over time, right? Oh, there it goes. Okay, so cropping exists and I can also do a rectangular mask. There we go. And I can control it easily. Okay, let's poke around and explore what more cool things you can do here. Because the only thing I really care about when editing videos is speed. I'm looking for the fastest way to achieve things that I want. And my editing style is is very simple. It's just screen recordings with a bunch of zoom-ins and some screen positioning to make sure that the viewer doesn't lose track of where to look. That makes the video more enjoyable to watch. But there are other types of video editors. Maybe they care about more fancy stuff, like effects, for instance. So I want to explore that category as well. Oh, I just found an easier way to crop. In the effects panel, if I have this selected, it will zoom in or out when I resize this F key. But if I have this lock aspect ratio deselected, it will actually crop. That is much easier than I was doing before with the mask. Okay. No way. It has a bunch of interesting transitions. What is this one? Do I select 2 clips and drag it on? There we go. And I can control it. The amount of squares, transparency. Ooh. Monitor. Windows will automatically set it to 60 Hertz. And you might not even realize what just happened. Now, what am I looking at here on the timeline? Where is the actual transition? Is this it? I'm not sure what's going on right now. Let's undo this. So the transition was supposed to be here. Maybe I didn't drag it right. Can I drag it in the middle? Oh, you have to get it exactly on the line. Okay. And what is this? Vegas Pro has stopped working. I'm ending this video. Psych, I'm not ending it. I have one more crash in me. And of course, it resets everything. There are a bunch of transitions in Vegas. And by the looks of it, they're pretty customizable. Let's do this one. Slide in, bottom up. Boink. Oh, there's the transition. Oh, and these are clips overlapping each other. So instead of showing a transition thing, it shows both clips. So this clip now ends right there. And this clip ends right here. Okay. So if I shrink this, oh, not sure what's happening. Maybe I need to deselect the ripple delete. Yes, okay, and shrink that. So it's going to happen pretty fast. Get ready. Okay. Is this customizable? Yes, it is. Angle, direction, border. Increase the border. Oh, I really like the ability to customize transitions. Transitions aren't the strong side of Premiere. I would love for them to add a feature to create custom transitions. Actual transitions that you can change the length of instead of just effect presets that just apply keyframes and you have to change the length manually. I'm not sure if this exists in Vegas though. Just feature suggestion, I guess. And I can go into transition properties directly from here. Ooh, now that is good, really good. In Premiere, if I have a transition and I double click inside of it, it sets the duration, which I usually never want because I can adjust it like this. And to customize this transition, I have to go into the effect controls panel. As you can see, there's not much to customize. This is just the placement of the transition and I can increase the length. Let's see this one. And do I delete it by just no? Is it in the right click menu? Transition progress. Ooh, I can customize the transition curve. So the velocity of it here. I'm not sure how to... Oh, there you go. So what happens if I put it in the middle? Will it just jump into the transition? Yes. Okay. Smooth fade, sharp fade, linear. Oh, and it changes the velocity curve. That is very interesting. You can't really do this in Premiere for most transitions, or can you? So how do I now remove this transition? It's not delete because it deletes the entire clip. Is it backspace? No. Ooh, if I double click, it selects it like this. Delete. Now this clip is slightly extended. So if I bring it back, never mind. If I cut here and then bring everything that's to the right into its place. By the way, is there a track forward select tool? In Premiere, I can hit A and select everything that's to the right of my mouse and move all of the clips. Place your cursor at the point in the timeline where you want to start selecting events. Hold down Shift and click on the first event in the track. Shift and click. Did it select? No. This doesn't seem to be working, or I'm doing something incorrectly. Oh, never mind, I found it. It's right click and select all after cursor, and then I can choose select tracks. Okay, everything's selected to the right. Very nice. Oh yes, text. I haven't tried adding text yet. Ooh, and there are a bunch of presets. Look, this one is writing itself on the screen. I like that. Drag it in. Good evening. There's the animation settings, scale. Show me how it looks like. That's a great animation. Premiere doesn't have this. There's text color. Oh, the color picker goes off screen. I have to resize this panel down, then scroll down, and then click here to... Oh, maybe it actually looks like that. Oh, yes, it does. I thought it was cut off at the bottom. Where's Comic Sans? There you go. Beautiful text. And if I play it, it should write itself on the screen. Okay, this is pretty slow. Turtle speed. I can choose the animation from here, but what if I want it to happen faster? Can I customize it here? No. Oh, wait, if I make it faster, like super fast, this is the limit, I think, and then extend the ending like this, I think it will write fast still, but the text will expand. Oh, never mind. It loops everything. So I do need to freeze the frame frame. But how? Freeze frame at cursor. Okay, I had to click this little 3-dot arrow. Boink. Now I should be able to extend this all the way, right? Yes, beautiful. So text seems to be pretty good. There's so many different transitions. The classic page peel. Oh, it does a backflip. That's next level PowerPoint there. And I can set favorites. Solid color. I can drag in a solid color here. Can I change it? Yes, I can. Beautiful. Lava. What's lava? Does it just create lava? Whoa, what just happened? I dragged this lava here and now it fades across these two clips. Hold on. It does that automatically? Yes, it just created a transition. Wait, let's delete lava. If I drag puffy clouds and overlap these two clips, it's going to automatically add a transition there. That's different than in Premiere. In Premiere, if you drag a clip over another clip, that clip just gets eaten alive. Interesting. So you can just create lava. I mean, I don't know why this would be useful, but that's awesome. I can probably also animate this. Yes, there are keyframes. So if I add a keyframe onto offset and move back and change the offset, the lava should be moving. Let's check out this lava. Okay, there's blood cells. Why would anyone need this? Microscopic threads, lightning. Ooh, this one looks cool. Chalk scribbles. Oh yes, it creates a bunch of transitions. Now it will go from lava to this one to white. Okay. Whoa. Interesting. I like when video editing softwares add a little bit of their own flavor. Something that you probably won't use, but look, you can add lava here. That is nice. Fancy wooden board. No way. I can control the board? What? So this is like a gradient. Oh, something happened. Look at these tiny buttons here. I can barely see them. But yeah, you can add a fancy wooden board. Good to know. I think DaVinci Resolve had a bunch of cool things like this as well that you can just insert. Wasn't there like fire or something? Okay, they have some decent text animations. Well, except this one probably. I feel like I'm using Microsoft Word and the fancy text there. Remember that from back in the day? Wait, let me search for this. Oh, look at these. Doesn't this scream nostalgia? Maybe I'm giving this program a little too much hate because I've been using Premiere for over 5 years to make hundreds and hundreds of videos, so I'm incredibly familiar with it, and using something different tells my brain that it's bad. I feel like I could get used to most of this, but some aspects are just faster about Premiere. Like when it's playing, I can't pick up the playhead and move it somewhere else. It moves this thing, so I have to click space, and it would usually teleport it back here, but I had this setting enabled here, so I have to move it, then hit space. In Premiere, it's just one click, and there's no way to get around it that I've found. Or resetting keyframes, it could be a lot easier to do, not just in Vegas, but in Premiere as well. The only thing that I wouldn't be able to get used to is the crashing, obviously, and maybe nested sequences, because I usually create a bunch of nested sequences and Vegas creates a new project file for every nested sequence. So my file explorer would get crowded really fast. Oh look, the end credits, and end the video. That's funny.